Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Markets are about the same as we've seen the last few days. The bean market's up a little bit, corn's up a little bit. Meal is making new contract highs and gaining on oil, while wheat's about unchanged. The outside market's crude's a little bit lower. As far as the big picture is concerned in the grains, we're still trading a weather market in Argentina. The next 10 days looks like it's going to be drier than normal, both for Argentina and southern Brazil. And that's raising a little bit of concern about their production numbers. I doubt if the USDA really addresses it next week. They give it probably another 30 days to see what happens to the weather. Our weather guy put out a special report this morning on La Nina and talked a little bit about yesterday when I talked to him. But the longer the La Nina persists, the better chance that we'll see drier than normal Argentina and southern Brazil weather. But it's pretty fickle, and if it were to weaken, then rains would come back into the pattern. The short, medium range maps do show a chance of a little bit of rain in the 14-day, 15-day time frame. But yesterday, the European model extended dryness there all the way into March. Not a lot of high confidence in that model, but it did show a continued dry pattern for there. So the speculators now are taking over the soybean and soybean meal market. It's interesting to note that there was a report out of Argentina that they're slowing their soybean crush because of the weather, and that might have helped overnight meal prices make new contract highs. Over in the corn, yesterday the one question people asked me is, if Argentina and southern Brazil is having weather problems, when is that going to affect their corn crops? Again, we have a lot of corn here in the United States that we have to satisfy, and one consultant continues to suggest farmers increase cash sales for the 17, 18, and even 19 corn crops on another 10-cent upside in prices. So again, that keeps a lid on values. We also noted that we'll be seeing some ethanol data today. Should be record high production as far as the weekly numbers are concerned. We also noted yesterday that ethanol exports are also much higher than a year ago, and DDG exports were also higher than a month ago. So we have to kind of watch the domestic demand in corn. It's interesting to note that both for corn and beans, the basis at the Gulf and also the domestic basis is slipping a little bit lower, suggesting that maybe we don't quite have the nearby export demand to support these higher prices if the farmer decides to sell some grain. So here in the United States, it's colder. It's going to be cold for a week. Not sure if that affects logistics, but it sure affects my walk to work. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.